Hello, I'm Christina from the Professional Writing Academy. I'm here with two of our tutors from our International to Therapeutic and Reflective Writing course, Victoria Field and Anne Taylor, who are going to talk a bit about who the course is for, what it's about and what happens. Nearly 100 students from all over the world have taken part in this course so far, with amazing results and a very high regard for the experience that they've had. So I'm just going to ask Vicky and Anne a bit more about it. So, Anne, what is this course about?
Well, this course is about therapeutic and reflective writing. We think it's the first of its kind in that it covers all the different strands of the genre. So we're looking at journal writing, bibliopoetry therapy, reflective writing. We look at writing in groups, life writing, and really it's a journey through those different genres. So each session will take a look at those, and it's very experiential, so people are writing their way through and doing exercises and feeding back on one another's work. It's just a very thorough grounding in the genre of writing for well-being.
Great. And what sort of people want to do this sort of course, Vicky? Who's it for?
Well, we've had all kinds of people doing the course. As you mentioned, they've come from all over the world and really different backgrounds. And I think one of the things that we focus on very strongly that maybe makes it different from other creative writing courses is that the whole course is predicated on the process of doing the writing. So we never make any judgments about the standard of the writing that people come up with, but we interrogate it to see what it might tell them about their own lives, the processes that they're going through, and how writing can really be a tool for better and happier living. And as Anne said, each of our sessions is on quite a different aspect. So, for example, we've got journal writing, and lots of people automatically turn to journaling at times of stress or when there's some sort of change in their life. So that session harnesses that natural tendency. And then the following one is about bibliopoetry therapy. And some people love poetry, some people hate it. But again, often people will turn to poetry at certain times in their lives. And then we also look at life writing, which is a longer form. And then also how writing can support you in your career development and the choices that you make through life. So it sounds a little bit trite to say there's something for everyone, but there really is. And people sometimes say they were surprised at how much they got out of a session that perhaps they weren't initially drawn to.
Because it's, people can do it for personal development and, as you say, or for career development. But watching those groups in action, what's apparent is that having lots of people in there with different backgrounds, different motivations, that really works when it comes to discussion, because you get a rich input, not just from the materials and from you tutors, but also from each other, and you see them really engaging, and it's very interesting to watch. So what do they come out of it with, Anne, really? So what kinds of motivation might they want to go into it? And how's that fulfilled?
People do it for a variety of reasons, but often those reasons kind of blur. So people come, as writers or people who want to explore themselves more. Often they're at a stage in their lives where they're in transition and needing to make decisions, or they might have been through a difficult experience and they've turned to writing. So they're using it to, work their way through certain issues or to explore their responses to things as a form of support. But some people, like psychotherapists and counsellors, come because they want to embed writing more in their own practice. But everybody seems to get something out of it to inform their own practice. Everybody, I think, the majority of people have something to take forward, something practical. Okay. So they've learned something about themselves.
Okay, that's great. And what, Vicky, from your point of view, what was the experience of past students You know, is everybody happy, or do some people get a bit confused? I'm just going to shut that door.
Well, to date, the feedback has been really very, very positive. And I think people have been surprised by how supportive the online environment can be, because sometimes we think when we're not face to face in a room that it's going to be harder to share sometimes quite personal material, but actually the online environment really facilitates that.
Yes.
And I think people have found the flexibility really conducive to getting the most out of the course, particularly when we've got big time differences across the world.
Yeah.
And also a kind of amazement and pleasure in how supported they felt, both by the course environment, by the course moderators and the tutor feedback, but also especially in the forums, because I think it's really powerful to have your words properly witnessed by somebody else. And often in a face-to-face group, because there's pressures of time, there isn't the space for that, whereas online, people's comments are there for posterity, really. You know, they can read and reflect on them. So I think, we've experienced all of those positive comments in our feedback.
Yeah, there's a lot of trust seems to come out of there. They seem to bond very quickly, even though they're from such disparate backgrounds and everything. So it's quite moving to watch. So, Introduction to Therapeutic and Reflective Writing runs 4 times a year. You can join us wherever you are in the world, however busy your life is. There's the learning's designed to be flexible.